Welcome to 20 minutes, the past, the future, the past, the present, and the future of Berlin Fire. But I'm here to share all this knowledge with you. And I hope this works. So now I'm ready. I had the opportunity to talk with you about Berlin's progress in how we transform our organization. But before I start to show you our ideas in smart city, connected public safety, I will talk a little bit to the AI thing. When you walk 41 steps in a linear way, you are at the end of the ballroom 500. But the world at the moment in AI is changing in an exponential way. When you walk 41 steps in an exponential way, you are on the moon. When you see Sora today on the video and compare it with the 18 months of GPT, 3.5, 4, 4.5 deep reasoning, we expect in 2 years Netflix movies. What this means for our agencies around the world, it's not only upgrading the traditional fire service with please make great announcement or translate it to Spanish, we need to rethink how public safety is embedded in the smart cities of the future. And it's an urgent call. It's maybe too late for us to serve with these opportunities. We are at the end of the day victims, and the challenge is it's very hard for us because we are an exotic group of brave heroes that fight with uncertainty. And digitalization disrupts our business model. This is one of the challenges that I will share with you. So, service tweet, you find me on LinkedIn. I recorded the transcription and can share it later. And the slide deck is also available as a PDF. So later you can click easily through all of my messages, and not every slide is very important. I am from Germany, and I'm at the moment responsible for the strategic transformation of Berlin Fire. So Berlin is a city with 4.5 million citizens in comparison to the United States. It's the third largest city in the United States and the largest city in Germany. And with all the volunteers around, we have 9,500 people there working for us. And next year, we celebrate 175 years of service. We was the first German professional fire department. And at the moment, we are the largest, or we provide the largest fleet of electric Rosenbauer RTX in the world. And we have now our first electric ladder, and we take a lot in this progress to become carbon free. But this is more than an electric truck, this is a sensor for us. So in our DNA, Berlin Fire is continuously in transformation, and like the cities around the world. So every day there's a change, but we don't know enough about what's going on in the city, how many people are in, what's going on, and we need more transparency. So at the moment, our amount of alarms is growing every year. We grow with 50,000 alarms, and this is not only fire service. We call it fire service, but the major business at the moment is first responder alarms and car incidents. Fire is just 10,000 alarms per year, and 8,000 of these 10,000 alarms are errors or fail alarms, why we are wasting so much energy and resources, and why we are not dealing with this knowledge in the city. So later you can watch this informations. When we talk about the future, Rosenbauer's future trend map is a helpful tool also for Berlin Fire. And we are proud that we supported in the last 10 years Rosenbauer to sit together and talk about what are the hundreds and thousands of trends they are emerging every day, and how we deal with that, not only as a threat, not only as a challenge, also like an opportunity. And for us, the trend map is also a good navigator through the jungle of the future. And this is like a subway map, and more stations coming to us. And linear thinking is not helpful for us. We need also in our mind a switch from linear thinking to network-oriented thinking, and not only changed mindset, also in context of AI, we need also a new prompt set. The way how we articulate questions, that's important for us. In 2019, we developed our own strategy, and we described a lot of future trends. We predict a lot of future trends, and all of these trends, no surprise, are happened now. Oh my gosh, shit. a lot of ideas now are emerging, and we need answers for that. A lack of resources, a lack of budget, increasing threats, no payable houses available, no resources anymore. So it's like a jacuzzi. Every day we need to calibrate, and the history is not a helpful advisor for us. We at Berlin Fire need a new approach how we move forward. So one of our major tools is, compared to like other departments, our iPads. We have a fleet of more than 1,000 iPads on every truck and every vehicle, and we started for many years in 2015 with our own software development project, and we built our own solution called Fire App and connected to our CAD environments, and it was a very successful, or is a very successful tool. All of our people can find all the information, which truck is on scene, the distance, which resources are available, what happened now. So we use it as a operating picture for us. And this is the past of our strategy. When I looking here inside of this tool, we receive more and more information that are available in the city. So traffic, hydrants, water quality, electric power. So step by step, we receive the information that we need. But there's no shift in the way how we work since the last 100 years. We receive a call, we don't know anything, and then we send out our troops, and then we waste our resources to detect what's going on. And after 30 minutes and 10 trucks, they're standing in front of the train station, we learned or recognized, it was a human-made failure, go back to the station. But in the same moment, we're running out of capacity and we have not enough resources. So what could be the idea for us? And in the preparation of that session today, I sit in the airplane from Berlin to New York and used a stable wireless connection and run 2 parallel AI tools to create a real cloud software solution. I called it project Urban Connect, and I will use this demo, Urban Connect, to visualize what is our roadmap for the future of connected city. So you can also use large language models like V0 to visualize your ideas. This is no necessary need for budget and for software developers, external ISVs. They support you with the ideas and you wait 5 months and then you receive a first glimpse and say, this is not the right direction. You can imagine in your mind what you want, post your prompt, and after 36 iterations, you received a platform that is multi-language, multi-tenant, multi-user, with a login screen, and then you're logged in, and later you can use this link also to play a little bit with that. No fake demo, it's real databases behind, and my idea is, what we expect in the future is that the fire service in the city like Berlin become a subscriber of the city data. We are not the platform to host all the data, we become subscriber. Welfare data is subscribed, traffic data is subscribed. Why are not the status of the buildings in the city is a subscription model? So we call our government for a strategy to have our own digital twin cloud service, and so it's what you see is what you get. With these AI tools, we can invite the different shareholders of the city to say, this is what we want. We want a platform that gives us access to the different buildings in the city, the different events in the city, the different assets in the city, and maybe a little bit flavor of AI analytics helps us to identify what's going on. We have more than 50,000 public available buildings in the city, millions of people, tourists coming, so we have a continuously change, but we have a standard operating procedure. Now we need more flexibility. So take a look in my vision. Unfortunately, it's here on German. When I open my browser, automatically the system detects I'm a German guy, but when you use, you will become an English version. So one of the ideas is that we say, let's detect all the events that happen in the city. Reactive events like a fire or proactive events like a party. We have more than 5,000 events per day, but the fire department knows just a small part of that. The big events like the football game, but the smaller events, 200 people celebrate a party inside of an old train station, this is not what we know. So, but these events have influence of the risks in special parts of the city. And inside of these buildings, a lot of assets exist. Hydrants, cameras, pumps. So we didn't deconstruct, our vision is we deconstruct the building. Later you will see that is a necessary, a mandatory need, because the deconstructed building details helped us to navigate through this building. It's not a block, it's now a detailed information. So also assets has influence of events. A good sprinkler maybe reduce the risks in the buildings, and this is maybe a triangle. The building, the events, and the assets together creates, let's say, a KPI that help us to say, give us a KPI about a risk in the city. And when we know nothing, we can say this is the highest risk. We need more money for our reactive forces, more trucks. But when we know more about the buildings, we can reduce, and then we have real-time influence of our SOP or our alarming rituals. So we have long-term the effect that the software decides which trucks are necessary on scene. And maybe in the night, the system says battalion chief is enough. But other days, we need 15 trucks because we have an event with 1,000 people. So in my small demo, here I have a set card for all of my buildings. And one of the biggest challenge in Germany and Europe and also in the United States is data privacy. How can we deal with the dilemma that nobody will share the data? Again, it's a business model. I invented the idea that the owner, the occupancy owner, can decide, I'm not sharing data, or I share just in emergency, or I share continuously. And maybe we think about not about fire service and traditional thinking. Let's talk about business opportunities. What is the benefit for an owner? Maybe when he receives some feedback from the fire service, oh, you are in good conditions. So step by step, we have maybe a gamification concept and give the people feedback. We train the people to accept our notifications. What happened when we send out an urgent call to all the hospitals in the city? Please be prepared for some power outage. Or so this is not a one-way communication. We need a long-term, two-way communication between the city and the department. Our purpose is reduce the risks. Our purpose is not, our currency is not increase the amount of alarms. Today, fire departments are paid over alarms. Oh, we are a cost driver, but I predict we become a production factor of cities. Come to Berlin, it's the safest place on earth. Everybody's invited. Nothing happened. We reduced the risks. That is the marketing brand of the city. The fire chief says, oh my gosh, we have $500 million budget per year. And this is not enough. We have $500 million need for refurbishing our stations. Oh, coast drivers. This is a dilemma for us, production factors, because we have the Berlin Fire Department, and that's why our city is safe. It's changed a little bit the political flavor. But back to our Urban Connect solution, you see here now I have a dashboard, I can see some things. And what happened when we have the opportunity to bring our building owners to this effect that they create new data points for us. So NARIS on speed invites also the communities to submit data. So this is a picture from ESRI, Berlin Fire use ESRI infrastructure, and we started now, it takes 3 years to create a law to bring now a German standard for geodata up and running, and now the departments can say we don't need paper anymore, we go pure to our geodata infrastructure, XYZ, and now we can export the data. And I also created the idea, because people sometimes need a backup, please export that ESRI live picture to a static PDF to bring it to my printer, print it out, and I don't know what happened, a nuclear explosion, then I have my paper in my hand with the actual data. Berlin Fire use around 6,000 fire plans, but the most of them are outdated and nobody checks that. So real-time or updated information are needed, and we cannot deal with 5-year-old fire data. Yes, I know there's a law, but hey, who cares? We have not enough resources to bring the people closer to us. What happened when we integrated in that platform a BIM model? WebGL is available, new tools are available. It's just one prompt in AI. And 1 minute later, you created a software code that allows you to upload your RFC model and visualize your RFC model in a web browser. You don't need software developers. You don't need money. You can build your own dreams. And for a moment, you say, this is exactly what I need. I deconstruct my fire safety concept and have it now on my web browser. Have it in my smartphone, have it in my pocket, and can use it the whole time. And with a little bit of AI analytics, I can say, please build with AI power software tools, AI features in my platform, and help me to build a chatbot that I can raise German native language questions to say, what is the riskiest city part of the city in Berlin at the moment? And then the system use all the data that are available. So we can decide, have we static stations in the future or more temporary stations? Have we fleets that are brief with the day of the business? Or so let's think about that. It's a helpful tool for us to bring all of our stakeholders on a common picture. But why? Why act today for the challenges of tomorrow? First, total citizen and total economy impact. We believe on sustainable safety. We believe on a zero approach. And yes, we disrupt internally Berlin Fire from a department that grows to 600, 700,000 alarms per year to an organization that had a goal to rename it to Public Safety Authority and move it to a zero approach to prevent and predict risks in the city and reduce that. We move from cost to efficiency. So everybody says fire departments are so expensive, but we move forward also in a line of efficiency. When we know more about a building status, we can say, oh, that's good, in good conditions. And later we can maybe send some people for inspection. But long term, we had a better confidence in the quality of the buildings. Second, flip the mind from cost driver to production factor. I talked about that. This is helpful also for us in our purpose of the future, and moving from reactive to proactive. That is a big mission, and we need the data. That is our gasoline of the future. That is, everything powers over the data. And the challenge is also in Berlin, talk tech, build teams, train tactics. It's not technology that's available. We only upgrade our daily rituals. We only upgrade the way how we work the last 50 years. I propose, please start on scratch fresh. When you build the dream public safety authority of the future in your community, why are you starting with the traditional career of fire department chief, lieutenant, captain, firefighter, trucks, ladders? Starts on scratch. And we test in Berlin all of our ideas in a new suburb. It's called Schumacher Quartier, and this is our test field, our laboratory. We have also the new academy up and running here. It's an old airport, and we use the airport as our training academy, Berlin Fire Rescue Academy, but also 50,000 people will live in this area. And we use it as a blueprint, not only in tech things, also in regulation and in all the compliance things. What happened when we sent just a drone to check out, is it a real fire or not? This is a regular thing at the moment. And then this prototype city is a copy or blueprint for the rest of the city, the rest of Germany, the rest of Europe, and we share this knowledge with you. So, but now, what happened with my software solution? I downloaded this 250 computer code snippets, and maybe I can go to our local partner, GovIT, Berlin ITTZ, IT Service Center, and say, here's my code. Please upload it on your own cloud services and host it for us, and let's run our prototype internally. So $20, just a 9-hour flight, some drinks at the end of the day. We have a prototype of a smart city glimpse, and you see here all tools are available. You can build whatever you want, AI, sensors, mixed reality, everything is available. Please do not upgrade your agency over a traditional way. Start on scratch with new things. And then, I'm coming a little bit to the end, I also added the marketplace feature and say, hey, what happened when we have the opportunity that you as an owner, you as a fire service can buy and purchase marketplace add-ons, and then you can say, please add a fire dynamic simulator, please add some other tools, first due, tablet command, I don't know. And then what happened about that? Our API connection is also available, no fake, it's a real technology. Our trucks become sensors, and then we drive through the city and compare between the assets that we have, the elements of the buildings, and the reality. And when we see changes over a camera that detects in 60 frames per second what happened, the system creates a notification, say, oh, we see some things, we're becoming in an irregular status, and then we changed it before it happened. And with this technology, we built our own drone fleet operating system. We built our own Tesla operating system for our trucks of the future. We can play with that. What you see is what you get. Everybody's a sensor now, and this gives us the opportunity to bring technology like Quake or SCEN or other vendors to the opportunity to connect to this platform. And now the firefighter not only see in the dark what's going on in the building, he also receives the data that we stored in our smart hubs and say, hey, this is the hydrant, please walk this way, and you find a better way. And all of this data allows us to upgrade our stations, and then we can also use this LiDAR images or this data that we collect, these videos and pictures that we collect and that we enhance with AI, and we create our own holodecks inside of the stations. And our people use or eat his own dog food, eat the own data of the city. No AI, Sora faked videos that create a woman that is crying in the front of a car incident. That is cool, but what you want next in 1 year is create an immersive experience of my town hall that really exists in my community and use this data for training purpose in my agencies that need this data for understand. So I'm at the end. Join the movement, shape the future. Next year we become 175 years. A good opportunity to fly to Berlin. We have more minutes. Okay, 40 slides and more minutes. One of our ideas is that we create a global learning consortium. Not only that the chiefs say hello and drink a beer. The idea is that we go in a deeper connection and share progress from each other. The SWOT, the learnings, the failures, the errors, and that we share that experience with others, because we are a small group of enthusiasts around the world, just some millions in comparison to some billions that need our support and create sustainable safety. We also create our future playground lab in Berlin, and it's a good opportunity to come to us and check out what we expect, how we teach the people about resilience in the city. And next year is also the Initiative 2026. It's a good time to come to Germany and come to a discussion with Europe again. So that is maybe my message. Later today, in the theory and in the practice, we have the opportunity to sit together, and I can share all of that learnings directly. That is our mission. The future of firefighting isn't built in fire station, it's built in the minds and starts now. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the day.